to talk AI. I feel like every day there's some new headline about it, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of getting tired of hearing about self-driving cars and robots that can, make pancakes. Like, when is this stuff gonna actually be a part of my life?
Oh, it's already happening. We're surrounded by AI, right?
Hmm.
Algorithms, they curate our feeds, voice assistants, those things. They answer our questions, but I don't know, it's all still pretty intangible, hidden behind screens. What if, and just hear me out here, what if we could bring that AI into the physical world, like actually into the physical world, in a way that's affordable, and truly, truly useful?
It's a fascinating challenge for sure. And it's not about, creating some futuristic robot butler. It's more about finding those clever, almost invisible ways AI can just make everyday life smoother, more efficient.
Okay, so less C3PO and more like dot smart tools that just blend into the background. That's kind of what you're getting at.
Exactly. Think about how revolutionary something as simple as a sensor-activated soup dispenser was. I mean, it seems so simple now, right?
Yeah.
But now imagine that same level of seamless integration, but with AI actually powering it.
Okay, yeah, I'm intrigued. Where do we even begin to unpack that? Where do we even
The
start?
key lies in simplicity and affordability. Instead of, focusing on complex, expensive robots, they're exploring the potential of small, low-cost devices. Like, think small, think cheap, but smart.
What if AI isn't about these big, complex machines? What if it's about something much smaller, much more integrated into our daily routines?
So not robots, but
Exactly, not robots. Something that's almost invisible, working behind the scenes.
invisible AI. Now that's a new one. How does that even work?
Okay, so picture this. Instead of big, expensive robots, you have these tiny, affordable AI devices. Like imagine something the size of a button, but with the power to process information, gather data, and even control other devices.
So instead of, say, a robot maid cleaning up a spill, you have this tiny AI thing that could alert someone the second it happens.
Exactly. Like a little helper to keep an
Hmm.
eye on things.
Hmm.
Like a watchful assistant, but like small enough to fit in your pocket.
Yeah, equipped with just the essentials, a camera, microphone, and some basic sensors. No fancy bells and whistles, just pure functionality. Simple.
Small enough to hold in your hand,
Okay.
but packed with enough intelligence to, monitor, analyze, even control its surroundings.
Right.
And the kicker, they
Yeah.
could cost as little as $25.
Wow. That's the real game changer here. At that price, it's not just about, businesses implementing AI. It's about individuals having access to this technology in their homes,
Right.
their workplaces,
Wow.
even on the street. Okay, so we have these cheap, powerful AI pucks, but what can they actually do?
So how does that translate into real world applications? Like, give me an example, something concrete.
Sure, let's say you own a small shop. Inventory management can be a real time suck, right? Now imagine placing a puck device on each shelf. These pucks could track inventory levels in real time, alerting you when stock is low, or even automatically reordering items.
Wow. So no more late night inventory counts or scrambling to find that last item for a customer. That's huge for a small business owner.
Exactly, and it frees up time and mental energy to focus on things like customer service or developing new product lines. That's the real value.
It's like giving them a competitive edge, right? But without breaking the bank. I
Yeah.
like it. They're already starting to call them pucks because they're small. They could be put anywhere.
Popped into any environment.
Right.
I like it. Okay, pucks. But even if they're tiny, how much can they really do? That's a lot of intelligence to fit into something that small.
Don't let the size fool you.
The
These things are powerful. We're talking microphones, cameras, sensors they can see, hear, even feel their surroundings.
Okay, so it's not just about detecting a wet spot on the floor. These pucks can actually understand their environment in a much deeper way. Like, what kind of real-world impact are we talking about here? Give me an example.
Right. So, right.
The source uses this example of a dirty floor.
Okay.
The puck could monitor for dirt and then alert a cleaner when it, needs to be cleaned.
Mhm.
It seems pretty basic.
It's a deceptively simple example, though.
Okay.
It really highlights a key concept we see in a lot of these sources.
Yeah.
Augmentation, not replacement.
Okay.
The puck isn't cleaning the floor, right? It's giving the human cleaner, better information
Right.
so they could do their jobs more effectively.
Oh, okay.
That's a recurring theme we see.
I'm already liking where this is going, but let's get more specific. What are some real-world applications beyond a dust-detecting puck?
Let's say I wanted to, bring some of this AI integration into my own home. What would that look like?
It could be as simple as like a puck device in your refrigerator. Not only could it alert you to expired food, but imagine it suggesting recipes based on what you have on hand or even connecting to your grocery delivery service for automatic reordering.
Okay, that's pretty slick. It's like having a little AI sous chef who's also really good at grocery shopping. This isn't like some, sci-fi
Yeah.
dream. This is happening right now.
Yeah, this is real. We're
Definitely
talking
real.
AI-powered devices as small as a Raspberry Pi Zero. So that's like what? About the size of a couple of postage stamps?
Okay.
And they cost around $5.
Wow.
These aren't meant to like replace your laptop or anything,
Right.
but to provide simple, targeted AI solutions for everyday tasks.
Okay, so not robot butlers, more like smart sensors with a dash of genius.
Exactly. Imagine a tiny device that you can put anywhere, like, and you basically just tell it to do something simple. Like, let me know if the dog bowl's empty. And it's got its own little,
Ugh.
sensors. It might have a microphone, could have an infrared blaster or something.
Yeah. Think about something as normal as grabbing coffee on your way to work, right? But instead of waiting in line, your order's ready as soon as you walk in because the coffee shop knows you're there, what you want.
Wait, are you saying these pucks can read my mind and make me the perfect latte?
Well, not quite your mind, but close. Your coffee cup could have a puck that tracks your caffeine intake, knows how you like your drinks. It could even suggest new flavors based on your order history.
Okay, now that is something I could get behind. Though, maybe we should back up from the caffeine a little bit. This all sounds really cool, but big picture, how would this change things for businesses? Like, I imagine this would be huge for smaller companies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, think about restaurants. You could have pucks making sure food is stored at the right temperature or, even like, I don't know, tracking how much waste you have so you can be more efficient. There's really so much you could do.
It's kind of blowing my mind thinking about all the ways this could, change different industries. But let's talk about something a little more fun for a minute. We've talked about work, but how could pucks change how we have fun?
Oh, totally. Think about it. What if entertainment wasn't something you just passively consumed? What if it was actually responding to you in real time?
Yeah, okay, I'm listening. How would that even work?
So imagine you're going for a walk, right? And you've got a puck with you. And it can tell how you're feeling, what the weather's like, even what you usually like to listen to. And it creates a custom soundtrack just for that walk.
So no more just picking a playlist, it's like creating the perfect music for that moment.
Exactly. Or like, picture yourself walking through an art museum. And instead of just looking at the art, you've got these pucks that are adjusting the lighting, maybe even telling you stories about the pieces you're looking at, really bringing it to life. How much data is this thing like sending out?
That is a great question, and that's where the real ingenuity of this comes in.
Uh,
These devices are designed to be incredibly efficient. They're not recording everything and sending it to, some massive data center.
Okay.
Um, they basically analyze information right there on the device and only send a simple message when something noteworthy happens.
Okay, so it's like a super efficient messenger.
Yeah.
Only sends a postcard when it absolutely needs to.
Precisely. And because it only sends these tiny little messages, it can run on like a button battery for a really long time.
This is fascinating. So we've got these. I still don't get the AI part though. Is there a tiny brain crammed in there too?
That's where it gets really cool.
Okay.
So these devices are designed to work with larger AI systems,
Okay.
like OpenAI, for example. Think of OpenAI as this giant brain in the cloud, right? Full of all these complex algorithms and data. The tiny device doesn't need to do all the heavy lifting.
Right.
Instead, it just sends a little trigger message. We call it a callback function to the
Right.
big AI when something specific happens.
Yeah. And it's not just about making things individual. Imagine a concert hall, right?
Yeah.
And the pucks are actually adjusting the acoustics based on like where people are sitting and what music is playing so that everybody gets the best sound. Okay.
And it's not just about convenience, right? Think about personalized environments. Imagine wearing a small device, maybe a ring, that communicates with the puck devices in your home, adjusting the temperature, lighting, or even music to your preferences.
So I walk into a room and it's like my own personal oasis tailored to my exact mood. That's something else.
Precisely. And when multiple people with these devices are present, the AI could actually negotiate a shared environment that caters to everyone's comfort levels.
Now that's what I call a harmonious home. But I'm curious, could we take this puck device concept Beyond our homes and businesses, is that even possible?
Absolutely. Imagine them attached to drones, monitoring crops for signs of disease or irrigation problems or even surveying infrastructure for damage.
So instead of like farmers having to walk their fields, they could get real-time insights from a swarm of AI-powered drones. That's incredible.
Precisely. And think about the potential for things like environmental monitoring. These drones could fly over forests detecting early signs of wildfires or tracking air quality in urban areas. Like the possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's amazing to think about how these simple devices, these little pucks, could have such a huge impact on, well, on everything from agriculture to, environmental protection. It's pretty mind-blowing.
And we're only, we're just beginning to explore the possibilities, really. What's even more fascinating, I think, is how this technology could actually change the way we connect with each other, with other people.
Okay, so we've talked about, AI making our lives, easier, more efficient, all that.
Mm.
But but how does it actually enhance our social interactions? That almost sounds a bit, like science fiction, doesn't it?
Yeah, it might sound futuristic, yeah. But think about it. Just imagine walking into like a cafe, right? And your AI assistant using data from your Puck device identifies another coffee enthusiast nearby, someone who shares your love for, I don't know, single origin Ethiopian roasts, let's say.
So instead of like awkwardly trying to, make eye contact over my cappuccino, my AI could just like break the ice. I could get on board with that for sure.
Exactly. It's about creating those serendipitous connections, those happy accidents based on genuine shared interests,
Yeah.
right? Not just, proximity or superficial profiles like on those dating
It's
apps.
like a matchmaker, a real life matchmaker, but for meaningful connections in the real world.
Mm.
No more swiping left or right.
Oh,
I like it.
and it goes beyond those casual encounters too. Imagine your AI assistant at work, right?
Yeah.
And it identifies colleagues with expertise that could be valuable to a project you're working on, even if they're in a completely different department. You'd never run into them otherwise. But honestly, part of me wonders if everything is so personalized, does that mean we all just end up like stuck in our own little bubbles?
That's definitely something to think about. But I also think there's a huge opportunity here to use this tech to like actually break down barriers. What if we had pucks that could translate languages in real time?
So instead of isolating us, this tech could actually help us understand each other better.
Exactly. Or imagine your AI assistant talking to someone else's, figuring out like the best time for you to meet up, even compromising on stuff like, what restaurant you want to go to.
So no more arguing over the thermostat or like who gets to pick the movie. I like where this is going.
Right. Or what about pucks that, I don't know, monitor your health and can get you help if you need it?
That could be life-changing.
Yeah.
Seriously, the more we talk about this, the more potential I see. But with all this talk about pucks being everywhere, like, does that mean we're saying goodbye to actual human interaction?
No, no, not at all. I think the goal here isn't to replace people, it's to let us focus on the things that matter. Like, the pucks can take care of the boring stuff, and we can spend more time actually connecting with each other.
So instead of stressing about like making plans or figuring out logistics, we can actually enjoy spending time with people.
Exactly. Let the tech handle the rest.
I can definitely get behind that.
So it's like having a secret weapon for collaboration, right?
Mhm.
Like breaking down those silos that can stifle, creativity and innovation in the workplace. That's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Precisely. Instead of, struggling to navigate like complex organizational charts or relying on like chance encounters at the water cooler, your AI assistant becomes a facilitator, right? It's connecting you with the people and the resources you need right when you need them.
It's almost like AI is acting as this social lubricant, It's
Yeah.
helping us forge stronger connections, and work together more effectively. I gotta say, this is blowing my mind a little bit.
But what if we took it a step further? Instead of just facilitating, individual connections, what if these AI devices could help us create more harmonious shared experiences, like group experiences.
Okay, I'm all ears. Paint me a picture. What do What do you have in mind?
Okay, so imagine a group of friends, right? They're going to a concert. Instead of arguing over who gets to choose the music, their AI assistants could work together, right? Taking into account everyone's individual preferences, and then creating like a playlist that everyone that everyone enjoys. No more
Okay,
fighting.
no more concert battles.
Yeah.
World peace, here we come.
Yeah.
But seriously, that's a pretty cool concept. It's like AI is acting as a mediator, right? It's
Mhm.
finding common ground and helping us create shared experiences that everyone can actually enjoy. It's
Yeah.
pretty powerful. Oh, the applications are incredibly diverse.
Okay.
It seems like these pucks could be used anywhere you need, like real-time data collection and analysis.
Exactly. And at a fraction of the cost of traditional systems, this source suggests it could even revolutionize security.
Security.
Instead of expensive camera systems and guards, you could have these pucks strategically placed, only alerting authorities when a genuine threat is detected.
Okay, that's a serious cost saving for businesses, especially smaller ones. And I bet fewer false alarms would make everyone happier. But what about beyond the workplace?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay,
Imagine these pucks in your home,
right?
monitoring for everything from potential hazards like gas leaks to, optimizing energy consumption
Right,
based on your usage patterns. It's like having a silent, always-on helper,
right.
making sure everything runs smoothly. So we're talking about a future where these AI pucks are like seamlessly integrated into our homes and workplaces,
Right.
streamlining tasks,
Yeah.
providing a sense of security.
Right.
But what about the bigger picture? How
Yeah.
could this technology like change the way we work, live, interact with each other?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
One of the most profound implications is
Yeah.
the potential impact on the future of work.
Okay.
Imagine a world where these pucks
Mhm.
handle a significant portion of the tasks that currently consume our work weeks.
You're saying shorter work weeks.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Right.
But seriously, how would that work in practice?
Well, take administrative tasks, for example.
Okay.
Scheduling meetings,
Right.
organizing emails, data entry.
Yeah.
These are all things that AI pucks could handle
Hmm.
very efficiently and accurately,
Right.
freeing up human workers to focus on more, creative, strategic, and interpersonal aspects of their jobs.
So instead of being like bogged down by busy work,
Right.
we could dedicate more time to the tasks that require, uniquely human skills,
Exactly.
like problem solving, critical thinking, collaboration.
Yeah,
That sounds incredibly liberating.
exactly. And, this isn't just about having more leisure time,
Right.
although that's certainly a bonus. It's
Yeah.
about, like, tapping into our full potential as human beings.
Right.
When we're not bogged down by, like, these routine tasks.
Right.
We have more mental space for, innovation,
Yeah.
creativity,
Yeah.
connection, things like that.
I can already envision a world with fewer burnout cases.
Yeah.
And like a surge in entrepreneurial ventures,
Right.
artistic endeavors, social initiatives.
Yeah.
Let's say a school wants to monitor the temperature in each classroom, right? To make sure that the learning conditions are optimal.
Okay.
They could place one of these devices in every room and program it to send an alert if the temperature goes, above or below a certain range.
That's a pretty neat application.
Yeah.
Instead of relying on, like, a teacher to notice it's stuffy or
Yeah.
a finicky thermostat,
Right.
these tiny AI devices could help, like, maintain the perfect learning environment. And I bet it saves the school money too, right? On energy bills?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's not just about comfort either, right? It's
No.
about creating a space where students can really focus and learn most effectively.
That makes me think about other places where maintaining, like, a specific environment is crucial. Like, what about a museum, full of sensitive artifacts?
Yeah.
Or like a greenhouse full of exotic plants.
You're right on the mark, yeah. These devices can monitor humidity levels, light exposure, even like vibrations.
Wow. Yeah.
That might signal a problem. All things that are really crucial for preserving these delicate environments.
This is making me think bigger picture now. We're talking about going beyond simple tasks,
Mm.
like telling us when the milk is low.
Mm-hmm.
These little devices combined with, this powerful AI have the potential to make entire systems more efficient and responsive.
Exactly. It's about discreetly weaving intelligence into the fabric of our surroundings. Think about a senior care facility, for example.
Okay.
These devices could be strategically placed to monitor residents' activity, providing an extra layer of safety and support.
So instead of intrusive cameras or clunky, like wearable alarms,
Right.
these tiny AI assistants could help seniors maintain their independence, but still have that safety net should they need it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Imagine a scenario where the device detects that a resident hasn't moved from like their usual spot for an extended period of time. It could trigger an alert to caregivers, allowing them to check in and provide assistance if needed.
That's a powerful example of
Hmm.
how this technology could improve lives in a really meaningful way.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so we talked about schools, we talked about museums, senior care. Are you seeing a pattern here?
Yeah.
It seems like any environment where maintaining specific conditions or monitoring activity is crucial
Yeah.
could benefit from these tiny AI assistants.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's about augmenting our awareness and ability to respond to situations,
Okay.
whether it's a fluctuating temperature in a classroom or a potential safety concern in a senior care facility.
And to think all of this is possible with a device that costs less than a cup of coffee. It's mind-blowing how accessible this technology is becoming. But this brings up a point we haven't touched on yet, and that's security.
Mm.
If these devices are so simple and affordable, couldn't they be vulnerable to hacking?
That's a valid concern.
Right.
But there are a few things to consider.
Okay.
Firstly, remember that these devices are designed for very specific tasks.
Right.
They're not storing your, sensitive personal information
Right.
or accessing your bank account or anything like that.
Right.
They're simply monitoring their environment and sending out these pre-programmed alerts.
Okay, so they're kind of like specialized tools, very good at one job, but not like a master key to your entire digital life.
Exactly. And secondly, because they're communicating with the larger AI system using those simple trigger messages,
Right.
there's very little data being transmitted
Oh,
that
yeah.
could be, intercepted or misused. It's like sending a coded signal rather than like a detailed report.
So a hacker couldn't just tap into the network and download a bunch of personal info.
No, not at all. The real magic is happening on the larger AI system, which has,
Right.
its own layers of security and encryption in place.
That makes sense. It's like having a secure outpost that only sends back the bare minimum information needed.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
This shift to a more automated workforce, it raises some important questions
Sure. Yeah.
about job displacement.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a valid concern. However, it's crucial to remember that, throughout history, technological advancements have always led to shifts in the job market,
Right.
creating new opportunities while rendering others obsolete.
So the key is adaptation and education.
Right.
We need to equip people with the skills and knowledge to, thrive in this evolving landscape.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps there will be a surge in demand for roles related to AI development,
Sure.
implementation, maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Precisely. We might see a rise in AI ethicists,
Yeah.
specialists who ensure that these systems operate responsibly and fairly.
Right.
Or we might see, entirely new job sectors emerge that we haven't even conceived of yet.
Right.
It's an exciting, but
Yeah.
potentially challenging time.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I believe that this technology has the power to create a more fulfilling and equitable future of work.
And it doesn't stop there, right? Imagine public spaces like parks or libraries equipped with book devices that respond to the collective preferences of the people present, right? They could adjust the lighting, the temperature, or even the ambient soundscape, to create a more enjoyable experience for everyone there.
Okay, now you're really getting futuristic on me. I have to admit it's a pretty enticing vision of the future. But with all this talk about AI seamlessly integrating into our lives, it does make you wonder. It makes you wonder, where do we draw the line? Are there any concerns, I guess, about about taking this whole integration thing too far? Like, is there a point where it's too much?
That's a really good question. It's a question worth considering, definitely. I mean, any new technology, right? It comes with its own set of challenges, its own baggage. The key is to approach it thoughtfully, right? Like we need to make sure we're using AI to enhance our lives, not dictate them. We don't want it to become slaves to the machines or anything.
Right. Right.
So
So it's about finding that balance, harnessing the power of AI, all that good stuff, while still maintaining, our own agency, our own control over our lives.
absolutely, absolutely. But I am curious, with all this potential, how much control would we have over it? Like, could I actually program my own puck to do what I want it to do?
That's the amazing thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Imagine buying just a basic puck and then being able to like customize it with different apps, kind of like our phones.
Yeah, so I could have like a puck that organizes my calendar, one that controls my smart home stuff, maybe even one that like, I don't know, teaches me a new language.
Right. And you wouldn't have to be like a computer programmer or anything. It would be easy for anyone to use.
Okay, that is seriously cool. Okay, so we've covered how these pucks could transform our workplaces,
Right.
but what about their impact on our personal lives? We touched upon the idea of pucks, monitoring our homes for safety and efficiency.
Right.
But what about their potential to like enhance our relationships?
That's an intriguing area of exploration.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI pucks aren't just y- facilitating tasks,
Right.
but also helping us navigate the complexities of,
Right.
human interaction.
Okay, now you're really piquing my curiosity.
Yeah.
How could a tiny puck possibly help us communicate better?
Well, think about those moments when like miscommunication leads to,
Yeah.
conflict or misunderstandings.
Right.
Now imagine an AI companion,
Okay.
perhaps integrated into like a wearable device
Okay.
that could analyze conversations in real time,
Wow.
picking up on like subtle cues like, tone of voice,
Right.
facial expressions,
Right.
even physiological responses that we might miss.
Wow, so it's like having an emotional intelligence coach right there with you,
Right?
guiding you towards more empathetic and effective communication.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It could offer suggestions for navigating tricky conversations,
No.
helping us understand different perspectives,
Right.
and even prevent conflicts before they arise.
Okay.
Imagine the positive impact this could have on our personal relationships,
Yeah.
workplace dynamics,
Right.
even global diplomacy.
It's like having a secret weapon
Right.
against arguments and misunderstandings.
Exactly. The success of this technology hinges on ensuring user control and transparency.
Right.
Imagine a system where individuals could,
Yeah.
choose when and how this AI companion engages,
Yeah.
perhaps setting specific parameters for its involvement in different social contexts.
So you could like customize its level of assistance,
Yes,
acting
yeah.
in or out depending on the situation.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's all about empowering users.
Right. Not taking away their agency.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation is really making me think about the potential of this technology to not just improve our lives practically,
Yeah.
but also deepen our understanding of ourselves and each other.
Right.
It's fascinating. We've talked about AI pucks transforming our work lives,
Right.
streamlining our homes,
Yeah.
even like enhancing our communication skills.
Right.
But I can't help but wonder what happens when this technology becomes like truly ubiquitous, when these pucks are like everywhere,
Everywhere.
seamlessly woven into the fabric of our daily lives.
That's when we move beyond, like, the individual applications
Yeah.
and into the realm of a truly interconnected ecosystem.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your pucks are in constant communication with each other,
Okay.
sharing data, anticipating needs,
Right.
orchestrating this like symphony of seamless experiences.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Paint me a picture.
Okay.
What does this interconnected future look like?
Imagine this. You're on your way home from work.
Okay.
Your puck has already communicated with your home puck.
Okay.
The temperature is adjusting to your preferred setting. The lights are dimming to a cozy ambiance.
Wow.
Your favorite playlist is queued up,
Okay.
all before you even step foot in the door.
So it's not just about like convenience,
Hold on,
it's
yeah.
about creating a personalized experience tailored to like
Yes.
my preferences, my routines.
Exactly.
It's like having an invisible butler
Right.
who knows exactly what I need before I even ask.
Precisely. And it extends beyond the home, too.
Okay.
Imagine walking into a store
Okay.
and Like your shopping habits,
Yeah.
your allergies,
Mhm.
even your current mood are instantly recognized.
Wow, okay.
You're presented with like personalized recommendations.
Okay.
The lighting, the music adapts to your preferences,
Okay.
and any potential allergens are flagged for you.
That sounds, I mean, amazing, but also a little unnerving.
Right.
So I guess as we're wrapping up here, maybe the question is, if you could create your own puck, what would it do?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, but don't play it safe. If you could do anything, what would be the coolest, most helpful, maybe even craziest thing your puck could do?
Hmm. What would mine do?
This conversation has really shifted my perspective. We started talking about, tiny AI as like this cool gadget,
Hmm.
but it's clear that this technology has the potential to impact our lives in much bigger ways.
Absolutely. It's about reimagining what's possible when we integrate intelligent systems into our environments. And the best part is, this is just the beginning. As the technology continues to evolve, I mean, we can expect even more creative and impactful applications to emerge.
I'm thinking back to that Bill Gates quote you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier about AI, opening up opportunities in fields that didn't even exist before.
Yeah.
It seems like we're on the cusp of something really, really transformative.
We are. And while it's important to acknowledge the, potential challenges, like
Hmm.
any new technology, I'm incredibly optimistic
Yeah.
about the positive impact that these tiny AI devices can have on our world.
It's like the saying goes, big things come in small packages. And in this case, those small packages have the potential to make our lives healthier, safer, and more efficient in ways we're only just beginning to imagine.
Well said. It's an exciting time to be exploring the world of AI, no matter how big or small.
This deep dive has been eye-opening to say the least.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking us on this journey into this fascinating world of tiny AI. It's clear that size isn't everything, and sometimes the smallest innovations can spark the biggest changes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an eye out for those tiny revolutions happening all around us.